It is another gorgeous, gorgeous day to be blessed to be on earth. And it's another dose of Did You Know, where inspiring, intriguing, unique individuals come to share how love and life have got them to where they are today. And with me is Mr. Alan Wheeler. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing out there?
Well, I tell you, we were already like hot and heavy in the conversation. We're like, oh, we've got to get here, get started here. This is a very passionate man doing great things. Like, what don't you do is the question. You're an entrepreneur. You help with strategic coaching, um, mindset coaching, developing companies. You're a badass, like rock star. Okay, that's my own opinion because that picture, I was like, well, that is a badass picture.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying.
I'm
It's not
picking
working
that
too well.
one.
Yeah.
But tell the world a little bit more besides my definition of who you are. Who is Alan?
Um, it's I wouldn't say it's hard to say because it's very easy. I believe in being kind and actually working hard. A lot of people in this day and age, they talk about, I've watched these videos about how to grind and do all that. It's a lifestyle. It
Mm.
really is. If you don't take ownership of what you do and you don't take heed of anything, then it's all just gibberish. And I've talked to a lot of people. I've sat down with certain sales teams. And they're like, hey, man, we're going to grind and do all this. And you just see that there's no work ethic.
Mm.
Imagine if we couldn't speak. My grandfather told me a long time ago, there's a reason why God gave you one mouth in 2 years. You need to listen more. And I'm like,
Mm.
well, a retired colonel can pretty much wake somebody up. So it's kind of how it goes. But I mean, in a nutshell, I just believe in being passionate. I think most people in life are stuck to things, and I'm more stuck to the experience.
Mm.
And I want to be able to create good friendships, good memories, and not be a slave to things. Like I want to be able to create new friendships and do that and inspire people because that's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a nutshell.
That is the nutshell. That is a nutshell. So have you ever, when you were talking, I was like, have you ever had to just cross like X people out of your life, like put the cross between you and just move on because they're not holding up to what they should in life?
Well, I think a lot of people don't believe in truth. They believe in their version of it. That way, it makes them feel comfortable. If a person's toxic and you understand it, people say, you need to get these people out of your life. So people believe that they subconsciously need to be mean to that person to get rid of them. You need to just cut it off. That's just
Mhm.
it. You're not good for me, and I appreciate your time, but I'm moving on, and that's it. Conversation's over. And I
Yeah.
think toxic people are the ones that make us fail faster, and we're afraid to make the action to remove them because we have some kind of tie.
Yeah. Why do you think that? What is that in us that creates that fear, in your opinion, that you cannot just take that step?
Because people are afraid what other people think about them, and it doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you. At the end of the day, we're going to go in a box. You know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. And if you care about what everybody else thinks, you'll be at the mercy of them. You might as well call them every day and ask them what kind of cereal you're going to eat because they control you. People don't take control. They talk about taking control and talk about future steps they're doing. I'm forecasting to do this. If you have a lifestyle and you live it correctly to your own values and you know it's correct, God will take a door and he'll open it for you.
Mm.
I believe that, and change is the automatic thing. And I've heard people say that multiple times, and it is because when, in my opinion, and I speak very honest and forthright, but when you're doing the right thing the best you can, even though sometimes the wrong just happens to us, he'll open a door. Or maybe
Right.
you're meant to go through this trial to develop an emotional callus to deal with a certain situation.
Hmm.
So I bet people are controlled by fear. What is this person going to think of me now? What is this going to happen? How's this going to ruin my reputation? Blah, 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 blah. Well, it doesn't really matter. You got to do the right thing. And if you're not okay with that decision, then like I said, you need to call them every day and say, hey, what kind of cereal should I eat today? Should I put on a black shirt or a white shirt? Should I wear these socks? You might as well be just a victim to them.
Yeah, I always find like we give our power away so much. We don't realize how much power we have. We always like want it, right? If I had this, if I had that, then I can do X, Y, and Z. And we fail to realize that all of that power is right here. But when we don't walk in our truth, we are giving it away to somebody else. And then we create those feelings of, I need this, I need that, I need,
Because
whatnot.
that's the justified truth. When you say I need this and I need these physical things and this type of car and it's going to be this and that, well, you're just, once again, you're letting the comfortable version of someone else's truth be yours. Sometimes people are not comfortable with more things, they're comfortable with less things because that's their truth. And we tend to try to make people us so we feel more comfortable around them instead of appreciating them for who they are, whether they're indifferent or whether they're not. That's a decision that they make. We make the conscious decision to treat them with respect. It's like I tell my kids and I tell other people, nobody controls you. Well, this person may be angry, they said they did. No, it's
Yeah.
impossible for me to take my emotion and put it inside you. You are allowing it to happen. We're allowing these things to occur, and we're only to blame if they keep occurring.
Isn't that the truth? This is
Yep.
why I have really enjoyed developing a relationship with you, because you do speak. You do just speak it like it is. Have you
Hmm.
always been this way? How did you become so embedded in your faith and living out through your faith?
I think it's, I've been through a lot of hard times. I went through a divorce. I thought I knew everything. I was a young father. And, it's one day, I don't know if it was God or what it was, but I was literally just sitting in my car and some rush came over me. Like it literally, like a wave hits you. And I feel like I was inspired to lead, to do the best I can. We don't have sometimes in life the best tools, and we must build the tools. And I'm not afraid of hard times. I believe that failures are just simple stepping stones. I believe that they are just simple steps for us to get to a higher ground. And
Yeah.
people think of failure when, oh, you failed, you keep failing, you keep doing this. Yeah, I keep failing, but guess what? I'm not stopping, and I'm still trying. I'm still living and breathing. I
Yeah.
have beautiful friends and people around me that I trust and I care about. And I could say I would lay my life down for them and I would smile in my grave if I did. You have to
Right.
be that true to who you are. And, unfortunately, people are like, yeah, I talked to a guy who wants me to help him out with something. And he's like, oh, I've failed so many times, but succeeded. I've tried the whole fail theory. I've tried this theory. I've tried these books. I've gone to this talk and all this. And I said, well, you know what you're lacking, right? He's like, no. I said, you don't believe in you. You have other people around you who are dictating your every move. And
Yeah.
so when you're in that frame of mind, of course, you're not going to succeed. Success is already settled here. Okay. It's already settled. I've succeeded. These are the things that I'm going to do.
Mm. How do you know, in your opinion, when
Mm-hmm.
people are throwing all of these, suggestions at you, you should do this, you should do this is what is wrong, da da da, and you know where you want to go,
Mm-hmm.
but how do you know what to listen to and not listen to? Because there is, we are to have mentors. We're not to go through this world alone. So how do you, in your opinion, figure out that path, or
Um,
what
I know,
is good?
I know my truth. I'm not trying to live somebody else's truth. And I think when people are like, I need a mentor, I need this, I need that. No, you need you. You could pay all the money in your world to a mentor, and you could have all the books, you can go on all the seminars, but people are afraid to be kind and true to who they are.
Right.
They want someone else's version of their truth to be theirs because they watched the motivational video. Yeah, that's me. I'm going to be that person. No, that person developed them because of them. You need you. If you don't start trying to take, I know for people have said this before, some self inventory about things around you, it's all for nothing. The only people at the end of the day that are really happy is these motivational speakers that you're paying and they're cashing that check. They're the ones that are happy. They
Right.
figured it out. You didn't. And
Yeah.
you need them to tell you, you need them to get you up in the morning. I mean, we're so in a sense of control because we keep, I mean, I've heard people say this, we're drowning in information, but we are purely starving for wisdom. And that's
Mm.
what we're in right now. We're flooded with it. You know what I mean? You have people starting social media businesses left and right, and then you meet them and they have giant bags under their eyes. They're not sleeping because they got to do what this person did, or they got to do this, or they got to do that. And they're just a slave to the game, and it's
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. I was talking to Ivan yesterday on He owns a company out of Boston. You would really like him, by the way.
Hmm.
And he said he's sitting in his patience. He knows his heart and his business and the strategic plan. And he said exactly what you said. We have to sit. I'm waiting in my patience because I don't want to sit there and run everybody ragged trying to do the next best thing when there's no strategy behind it.
Hmm.
There's and so like he says, like for him, it was kind of what you're saying on a business side of it. He's sitting in his truth and ignoring all the chaos and that's going on around him in the industry and figuring it and coming up with his strategy, his path, and not worrying about if he's not the first to the, you know,
The
to roll
starting
it
line.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it won't be, he goes, it won't be good. It'll be
Yeah.
crap.
People are more concerned about being first than they are about being truthful.
Yeah.
I got to hurry up and get it. I got to hurry up and do it. And sometimes, yeah, you do need to hurry with certain things. I get it. But for the most part, that's just not truth. So
Yeah.
you became first with the wrong information. You became first with someone else telling you what to do and cracking a whip. Congratulations. And that's why most people who know me really well, like when they say you are your surroundings, I mean, I remove and have removed massive amount of people from my surroundings because I don't need that. Why should I need that many people? You know what I
Right.
mean? If they're bad for me and they're causing me to have a bad frame of mind and they're constant naysayers. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about this. I don't know. I didn't need your opinion to begin with. Why? See, you talking ain't gonna do anything. If I sacrifice my time and my hard earned money to do something, then what do I need your opinion for? Like
Right.
people tend to lock themselves into conversations that they're wasting their time. They,
I feel,
you know,
yeah, I feel like that, when you were saying you were sitting in that car and something came over you, those are, I feel like, God moments when he puts something so strong on your heart, it changes. It
hmm
will, I don't think it changes you. I think it ignites what's in you that you've kind of suppressed. And I feel like that because you were very, I feel like that's what happened.
yeah,
Like he came into you and he just like that little spark, he like burst into a flame and the projection of you went this way. It was like, whoa, here I am
yeah,
now. I'm
yeah. And I
showing
know,
up.
I've had friends of mine that have passed, and I've had family that has passed, and you always think, what did they do with their time? Who were they around? Who did they love? Who did they care about?
Mhm.
And when we don't care about what we do or the people around us, it's just a mirror reflection. you know and I would say in the last 5 years have tried to turn that all around. And I'm married to a woman that is harsh in a loving way. Like, she is very much like you from the videos I've seen. Like, she will just say it right out of the gate. She doesn't have a filter. And I think that we're like the male and female version of each other. Like, there's certain things that she does and I'm like, I can't believe that, but it works. But
Yeah.
she drops the truth the way, I mean, she'll tell me stuff right away, and she's like, "That's just a terrible idea." But hey, whatever. It's your consequence. And I'm just like, "Dang it," because she's leaving me to ad victim for what I'm doing. I know I shouldn't be doing, and that's the other thing too. It's like, I've been through, and I'm very open and honest, if you can't
Yeah.
tell, but I've been through, a bad marriage that just wasn't for me, and I was in that depression mode for a certain amount of time. Being a single father of two beautiful kids, I really I didn't believe that there was a light. I thought
Yeah.
the light was the illusion that we created, and I would pray every day, and literally nothing got better. Nothing got better. Everything continued to get worse and worse and worse. And when I was sitting in my car, and I finally allowed that emotion and just to let go, I think that's the time God says, "Are you listening?" And I let go of that, and I opened my heart, um, like, very big, and I was able to let her in my life and to let good people be here for me, not only to inspire me in business, but I think it's really, really important. If you're not a good person, you can't fake it till you make it in business. If you're good and you're in business, that attraction is going to be like a magnet you can't fight off. And we have to be that way. We have to learn to actually care. Sometimes it means not talking. It means maybe providing a meal for a family, and in which I should probably go into that story because I've used it before, if I can.
Yes.
So it was around Christmas time about 7, 8 years ago. Um, I was living my own with my two kids, and to be very honest with you, it was at a very extremely low portion of my life. Like, no matter what I did and anything I tried to do to make money, I literally couldn't do it. I mean, with all the skills that I had, I tried everything.
Oh, we
And
lost him.
are we there?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're back. I'm like, ha! How did
Oh,
you
I got a
continue the
call.
story?
Yeah. Anyways, I've never had that. I've always been able to make it and do stuff like that. And I literally, my kids were with me. I was going through a hard time. I had no money. I mean, I was like, I literally was at that point to where I couldn't even feed my own kids.
Mm.
I couldn't put gas in my car. And I remember putting my daughter to sleep, thinking, okay, there has to be a way. And I'm like writing strategic notes down of what different ways. And I was in the music industry, wasn't doing too good. Was in real estate. Real estate was not doing too good at that time. And I just I basically just prayed and I said, you know what, I'm going to give everything up because I know I'm not right in a lot of ways, but I just need something. So maybe if you give me something, I'll do what I can to give back and do something good for somebody else. Literally that next night, there was a bag, like a trash bag outside my door. And I was like, how could someone literally leave hot trash outside my door? And this is
Yeah.
no joke. I picked it up. I was dating my wife at the time, and I cut the bag open, and there was a full plate of food for my kids and me. And I dropped to my knees, and I was just like, "Are you got to be freaking kidding me?" And so that next Christmas, where I was going to church at the time, I decided to kind of do something. So I got a baggie together. I dropped it off at some people that were having some hard times. I went to church that Sunday. So I dropped it off Saturday, went to church on Sunday, and I could see them playing with the toys that I bought and the kids, and then come to find out, like, the husband left, and she had nothing. She had no money, and she got up and got up to speak in church, and she was speaking to whoever the person was who dropped off the toys, and she lost it. She started bawling,
Yeah.
and I sat back because I didn't want to be the person that told her that I did it, and I think that just hit me. I learned what the truth was when it became service to another human being. I had it to
Mm.
me. I had a little bit of money and I did something. And I think that's what started to change the course of my mind slowly, starting to care more and starting to see people are actually in need. And then God started to provide for me.
Yeah.
And then I started taking those beautiful steps, you know. And there's still been rough roads here and there, but I mean, those rough roads I welcome with a huge smile.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the bottom.
Right.
So, I think it transposes into a lot of what we do. And people are like, I got to go to work every day, and I got to provide for my family, provide for myself, for my partner, whatever it is. But you have to start with the ability to care.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's a couple things that, is one, you did it, but you didn't look for anything back. You could have spoken up. You could have told her who you were, but that's not
Yeah.
giving and that's not loving. That's loving to receive. And that's not pure.
Yeah.
Um, a pure piece of it. And then when you got a gift of God giving you a blessing and you receive that blessing. So then it takes the fear out of life a little bit.
Yeah. My fear was gone. I mean,
Yeah.
I was also like, would be embarrassed to say something because I sometimes I don't like the spotlight, and I try to keep my life as private as I possibly can. Um, but I mean, that was a gratifying moment. You know what I mean? And then as things transposed later in my life, I mean, the company I work for now, CIP, I mean, we have Liddell Slocum, Daniel Frankham. I have one of my best friends, Taylor, works for the company, Anthony Polk, just a lot of really good people. You know what I mean? And these guys are like fighting brothers. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, how could you do this? But they have such like a family like mindset behind everything. They really do feel like a bunch of brothers. Like, I'll hear them talk about work and whatnot. And before, when I had heard other employees or staff members talk with me, and I almost got to the irritating moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't solve this. But I feel grateful that I'm allowed to be with them and help to consult them and help them to work through problems. You know what I mean? And these
Yeah.
guys, at the end of the day, they always have the best intention in mind, the best they can. And it's been a wonderful experience working with them. I work with another company called Homefront Pest Control. One of my best friends owns the company, and he started his company, and I bonded with him to help him out. And I've done this with a few other people, and you can just see this insane caring ability and this heart that is just, you cannot break this chain with these people. That's who I need in my life, you
Hmm.
know. So
Yeah. It's we're not made to be alone. We're made to have community. So if you create that community that is going to lift you up and be there, holy moly, how much better of an existence you will create for yourself while you
you
walk through life.
use the most powerful word. We are creators, and we forget that.
Hmm.
And I think we're not just put here just to be a part of somebody else or something else. We're creators. Like,
Yeah.
the untapped potential people constantly talk about behind human beings, it's true. I mean, we can flip something around if we're having a bad situation and create something good, create an
Yeah.
empire, create a better quality of life. And people always tell me, "Are you concerned about the way the state of affairs of the world are in?" I have to be concerned with my affairs. What happens in my home is can determine the future. I can't solve people's problems or the fact that people are going to do whatever they're going to do. It starts in the home. The
Hmm.
home is the most important place that we have. That is the one place we can create a better quality of life.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. And that is a ripple effect into the rest of the world because we're not like we don't all just live in our little bubbles, right? So if you're creating whatever you're creating in your home will create a ripple effect into the world.
yeah, exactly. And I'm big on fitness. I mean, I've been big on fitness ever since I've been in the music industry. Like, I would go on tour and I would literally Google the closest gym I could find. There wouldn't be a
Yeah.
day besides maybe one day a week. And my wife and good friends can tell you, like, this is my lifestyle. It keeps my head straight so I don't go absolutely crazy, and it keeps me healthy. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
drink, I don't smoke. I've, it's just not my lifestyle. And I do the best I can to take care of my body, even though I love food too much. But I've always been physically
Balance.
active. Yeah,
Balance. I actually just had that same thought with myself because
yeah,
I work out and stuff, but I love food. This is a total side note. I'm like, I do enjoy my food. I have to create that balance in my life. So whatever. That was a mutual thought that I had
yeah.
today.
God, I could eat around the clock. That's the problem with me. So,
With anything else, control and we're all good. We're all good. But so before I let you go, I am
yes,
so happy and thankful that you came on and share your heart and soul because we need more people like you speaking truth, coming together, bonding. So and taking the strength when you don't have it. I actually made that post yesterday. When you are we sometimes we question ourselves and sometimes we feel we don't have that strength. You know what? When you don't have it within yourself, you got to borrow it from those close to you, just for that brief moment. You know, take theirs. I would say, take my strength if you don't have it right now,
yeah, hmm,
until you get yours, because it will come back.
yeah.
So I feel like you gave the world a little bit of your strength today. So thank you for that.
I appreciate
Now,
it.
for my last question, I ask
Yes.
that you answer honestly and the first thing that comes to your mind, as no matter how wonky and wacky it is. But
Uh huh.
in this moment, right now, Alan, what does love mean to you?
It's the light and the centerpiece of who we are.
Mm,
I
I like
really
that
believe
one.
that.
Yeah, that sums you up in a nice little nutshell. So true.
I try.
Oh, but and the dog's going crazy. But thank you so much,
Okay.
everybody else that's out there watching today. Remember to love hard, love pure, and Love proactive. And until next time, we will see you. Take care.
All right, bye.
Perfect.
All right,
All right.
that's pretty good.
Thank you. I know my husband just got dropped off and the dog's like, Robin. I'm like, oh, perfect time. Thank you so
Oh, you're
much.
fine.
That was fantastic.